You don't want to become more confident. You just want to stop being yourself in uncomfortable moments. What if confidence isn't a quality, but temporary access to another version of yourself? I thought for a long time that I had a problem with people. Then I realized, no, my problem is that I'm too present with myself. Every conversation started the same way. Not with words, with thoughts. Don't say something stupid. Don't make it awkward. Just act normal. And then one day I saw an ad. Very simple, almost stupid. Confidence subscription. First 10 minutes free. Side effects, people might actually like you. At first I chuckled, then I reread it, then I thought, I've already tried everything else. Registration took less than a minute, and there was a strange menu. You're not choosing a plan. You're choosing a person. Daniel, 34, calm, confident, people listen when he speaks. Sophie, 29, effortless charm, laughs at the right moments. Marcus, 41, says little, but it always lands. It was like Netflix. Only instead of movies, it's personalities. I chose the safest option. Ethan, 30, quiet confidence, low risk, high social success. I clicked activate at first. Nothing. I just sat waiting for a feeling. And then, silence, not outside, inside. Where there's usually noise, there was emptiness. No comments. No warnings. No what if I said out loud. So, that's it. And for the first time, I didn't want to take back my words. I left the house. Went into a coffee shop. The barista asked, "Hey, the usual?" I said, "No, surprise me. I never did that. I usually order the same thing." Because I even managed to rethink coffee. But in that moment, I felt calm. Not I don't care, but I don't need to worry. I sat down. People were talking nearby. And for the first time in a long time, I didn't think they were thinking about me. Because I wasn't thinking about myself at all, and then something strange happened. I started talking to people on my own without preparation, without a script, without those mental rehearsals where you win the conversation, but only mentally. And the worst part, they liked it, they laughed, they responded, they listened, as if I'd always been like this. And at that moment it hit me, what if the problem isn't with people? What if the problem is that I always get in my own way? 10 minutes later, it was over abruptly, as if someone had turned off the sound I was speaking, and came back mid-sentence, thinking again, analysis again, me again. I fell silent. The man across from me looked at me, and in his gaze was, "Are you okay?" And I didn't know what to say, because I was truly disappearing. That same day, I signed up for the social mode plan. Confidence for conversations, meetings, calls, small talk, awkward silences. Yes, awkward silences are a whole other category. The first few days were perfect. You just turn on and you live. You don't think about what to say. You speak, you don't think about how you look. You exist, you don't think about whether you're liked. And that's precisely why you start to be liked. It's the strangest effect. The less you try, the better you do. I started noticing that people were drawn to me. They shared more, they laughed more, they stayed around more. And all this happened not because I became a better person, but because I stopped getting in my own way. But there's a nuance. It's not your confidence. You rent it, and at some point, you start to fear it will be taken away. Not people, not conversations, yourself without it. I started extending first hours, then days, then automatically. And that's where it gets strange. You stop remembering who you were before, how you thought, how you doubted, how you remained silent. It's as if the original version of you becomes a draft. But the draft hasn't gone anywhere. It just waits. And one day it comes back. My subscription expired. In the middle of a conversation. I spoke confidently, clear, even joking. And suddenly, the silence disappeared and everything came back. All the thoughts, all the doubts. Although this sounds stupid, I stopped. And in that moment I realized confidence isn't something you gain. It's what remains when you're temporarily gone. The next day, I took the maximum plan. Full integration, no interruptions, no fallback. They asked me, "Are you sure?" I answered, "Now I am," and it was perfect. I became the person I always wanted to be: calm, easy, clear. I no longer thought about myself, I just lived. And that's what was strange. Because if you don't think about yourself at all, who lives then? After a couple of weeks, I started noticing details. I spoke the same way. I reacted the same way. I joked the same way. As if confidence weren't freedom, but a pattern. And then I thought, what if confidence isn't you're without fear, but you're without all the extra stuff? The problem is that the extra stuff is you. Fear, pauses, doubts, strangeness. Without it, you become comfortable. Very comfortable and very samey. I canceled my subscription. And it all came back: fear, doubts, that voice. And you know what the weirdest thing is? I was glad because it was me again. Not perfect, not confident, but real. And then I realized confidence isn't the absence of fear. It's simply not having the time to listen to it. And if you never listen to it, at some point, you stop hearing yourself altogether, subscribing to someone else's confidence. We don't make you better. We just give you a version that's less of you. Until you realize that maybe everything you want to shut out is you.